please refrain from saying things like preach or go girl?
Girls Trip is directed by Malcolm D. Lee and stars Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith and Tiffany Haddish. When four lifelong friends travel to New Orleans for the annual Essence Festival, sisterhoods are rekindled, wild sides are discovered, and there's enough dancing, drinking, brawling and romancing to make the Big Easy blush. And this movie takes these four friends who are now rekindling their friendship to go to this event together, but it's not always as smooth as it seems as it's going to be. I was optimistic for this movie because I enjoy a good vacation comedy film, and I thought the trailers were quite amusing. So with that said, I was somewhat looking forward to this. However, this movie definitely has a lot of shortcomings. This movie is not bad at all, but there are a few things about this movie that really drag it down a lot. There are a few negatives, but they are quite strong negatives that really pull the movie down for me personally. I'll start off with the four main characters. I like them all at first. Regina Hall is actually a likeable character, and same goes for Queen Latifah, who I have always liked in her films. You'll also most likely enjoy Jada Pinkett Smith's character, although a couple of her scenes make her character extremely uncomfortable to watch. However, Tiffany Haddish, whoa, her character almost became a stereotype of herself, and her humour became old fast. Very fast. The humour in this movie is very crude. No, I'm not the type of person who cringes and shies away from cute humour. In fact, I kind of revel in it. I find it really funny. However, there are many moments in this movie where I was cringing at the humour because it was so crude to a degree where it was going too far. This is made worse by the fact that these characters are grown women who are interacting with these sort of things and doing these jokes. It's actually just awkward. Mike Colter's in the movie though. Yeah, Luke Cage himself was in this, so that was fun. The pacing is also quite rocky here. I actually quite enjoyed the movie for the first hour or so, and I was on board with the film. However, the film then has a more dragged out half hour. The movie should have ended after this half hour. However, the movie then goes on for yet another half hour that is almost completely pointless. It does serve a purpose within the story, to be fair, but by this point you just don't care about that storyline because you're just thinking, when is this film gonna end? However, this movie does have a strong first hour, I'd say. However, there is a part of the movie that is the high point and the movie never tops it. There is a scene about an hour in which takes place in a concert-like event, and it was really fun and enjoyable, but unfortunately the movie never tops this scene, which is a shame. Speaking of the concert, this movie had a great soundtrack, so I will give the movie that. There are plenty of real-life artists in this movie, such as Common, Estelle, and Neo, who all perform live, and because I really enjoy those artists that are in the movie, I ended up loving the soundtrack and downloading it and actually listening to it, so, you know, I think that's actually a really big positive for the movie. I'd say the strongest thing about this movie is that concert scene and the music that is paired with it. In conclusion, Girls Trip was a bit underwhelming. This movie has a perfectly pleasant first hour and a pretty strong cast and a great soundtrack. However, the humour becomes extremely obnoxious and the movie is not even that funny. In addition, the movie goes on for about a half an hour longer than it should do. I give Girls Trip a D+.